All right, here we go to Star Speedway, a quarter-mile paved oval located right here in New Hampshire, about 30 minutes from my home. And I've been going to this racetrack my entire life since I was a little child. My father would bring me here. My father worked on a car for a period of time, and we would go there and race sometimes in Lee USA Speedway right down the street. But I remember walking in the gates of this facility when I was just a small child and having fun with my dad. So pretty excited to be racing here myself and can't wait for the experience. Oval racing is something I've never done. Well, I shouldn't say that. I did have a go-kart. We went oval racing about 3 times with it, and it was a bad experience. I don't think I finished a single race. But I've never really been interested in oval racing. I've always been a road racing guy, and this is my very, very first time racing an oval track. So I have very few laps of practice from the earlier practice sessions in the day. The car, we went up to Go Motorsports shop, set the car up, got it ready for this. They gave me what I think was a very good baseline setup to get me going, and it turned out to be pretty good because we qualified fifth in practice, or we had the fifth fastest time in practice. And this is the first heat race, so they split the heats. I'm starting third in this heat, which I'm pretty excited about to be that close to the front in my very first oval race. And keep in mind that this is the very first time I'm really going wheel to wheel with any other car on an oval. I've done it on road course a million times. I've done it in iRacing a million times, and iRacing was really prepared me for this. You couldn't get any closer. And in iRacing, I've done it hundreds, if not thousands of times. So here we go, about to take green flag in the first heat race. Switching up to third gear, and we're just going to stay in third gear the rest of the time. The guys at the shop really gave me the right setup with the right gear, gave me some advice. We have because it's oval racing and this car is really a road course car, we don't have a bias for the right front brake. So we just did some pad magic. We put a different pad in the right front, and I had to run some different pads actually all the way around to get it to want to turn better, not overload that right front tire going in. This is a relatively flat oval, I'm told, compared to most. Obviously, there's some banking, but it's flatter than most, so you're using the brake a lot in the corner, right down to the center, and then getting on the throttle and hard up. And I've been watching racing here my entire life, like I said, and recently in the last couple of years I came down and watched some Legends racing as I was getting into Legends. And so I kind of have an idea of what line they run, and right up to that white line on the about 3/4 way down the backstretch, hitting the limiter and then turning in, basically turning in as you're on the limiter and then getting on the brake. So the car was a little bit twitchy. These Legends cars are very twitchy. They're very short wheelbase with a locked rear end, and it really gets light on entry when you're on the brake pedal. So the rear end is just light on the pedal. So as you can see right there, I had a big moment coming in, heavy on the brake, and the rear end wants to come around on you, so you got to fight that on the way in. Then you got to get the car to rotate in the middle. So sometimes you'll see I turn the wheel left about 90 degrees to get it to try to actually turn, and then get on the gas. And when you get on the gas, the rear end really slides out because of that locked rear end. So it helps the car rotate even more. So maybe I'm very new to this, like I said. I got a lot to learn. I'll probably find myself picking up more time as a driver from my ability to work the pedals better than the car setup, I believe. I mean, I think I had a really good setup going into this. We seem to be turning good lap times. So this is only a 10-lap heat race, and it's over already. The oval track racing is so quick. 10 laps goes by like nothing. So we'll pull her into the pits. Started third, finished third. There's only a few cars behind me, so I think there was 11 cars altogether. Race.
Love you. Be careful.
Oh, the wife says it's just for fun. How silly of her. Doesn't she know this is serious business racing? There's a lot of prize money on the line here tonight. I'm just kidding. I have no idea if they have payouts at all. But this is the start of the feature race. So this 25 lap feature. Such a different format than what I'm used to. Coming here, doing a 10 lap heat, 25 lap feature, then you go home. Very interesting. So here we go. Starting 5th in the feature. Be a quick 25 laps. That's my boy Adam on the outside in the 69 sedan. If you're not into Legends, there's a few different body types, but there's really 2 that stick out. There's the coupe and the sedan. And they have a Ford and a Chevy body, but you can barely tell the difference between those, or at least I can. So Adam's driving a sedan, which was the very first car I ever drove. It was a sedan. It was I rented a car from Golden Motorsports. Try out Legends before I bought one. So here we are running 5th again. I have no experience driving wheel to wheel with somebody on an oval. I've done about I've done 0 laps of practice running the high line, because all my practice I was by myself running low. I think I might have got past once, but I've just let them by and immediately got back down low. So staying low here, following Adam's bumper, and I'm pretty happy with myself. Like I said, I think I'm pretty sure it was 11 or 12 cars in the field. So I'm running 4th. Nothing wrong with that. And I'd like to just stay on Adam's bumper and maybe get around him. I would love to podium in my first time out, but I kind of doubted that was going to happen. One of the drivers who won the heat got DQ'd for a small wheelbase issue. Very minor infraction, but he was over the limit, so they actually put him to the back for the feature race, which is nice that they enforce the rules. And I knew that driver was going to be coming through the field because he's fast. And I think he might actually be behind me, or just one car behind me now. No, it's not him in my mirror. But you can see a car poking its head in on the left and the right hand side of my mirrors about every lap, just looking. Which, again, a pretty new experience to be so busy on the wheel and then have to pay attention to the mirrors as well, which I found myself doing better than I thought I was going to. I really thought I might need a spotter coming into this, and honestly, after doing it, I think a spotter would be nice, but I don't know that it's necessary. Oh, and there I go. So that is Mr. David Stone. That was him with the big orange grill behind me for a few laps there, and he had given me the bumper. So he moved, he just gently nudged me in 1 and 2 there. It moved me up a lane, and it let him get by. And that's one of the advantages of having these giant front back bumpers on these cars. It's also a big disadvantage. Something people don't like about Legends cars is that you have this big metal bumper that you can use to move cars out of the way. When you do it respectfully, like David did there, I think it's perfectly fine, and that's part of racing. And they do it with all sorts of other cars as well. It's just that some cars are more sensitive than others, and with a fiberglass bumper, you're not going to be pushing as hard. So these are cars meant to learn oval racing. So there was a caution for a car that had gone off there. I think they got him off the track pretty quickly. And here we are going green again. Now, of course, I've lost a spot, so I'm running 5th. And I don't want to lose any more. But there goes another one. I'm just not up on the wheel on the restart. I'm a little more hesitant than I probably should be. I got a car up my inside now. So now I'm getting stuck on the outside. Like I said, I've done 0 laps of practice in the second lane. I don't even know what you're supposed to do up there. So I'm pinching down this guy on my inside as much as possible. And I got a little bit of a run on the high side. I think Adam had slowed up there a little bit, allowing me to get back on the outside of this 35. And here I am just sailing her in. Like, well, you know, got to learn at some point. Gonna just wheel it on the outside. And we're just like in iRacing, just carry more speed on the outside lane. Carry more speed. You got a longer way to go, but you can carry more speed in, carry more speed out. And I think we stayed side by side for a good 3 or 4 laps here. So still on the inside. Oh, got a little loose there. That's no good. And that allowed another car who's following that car to go up my inside. So I'm just getting hung out to dry. Well, there goes another 2 spots, but that's oval racing, you know. Unfortunately, I'd rather have been on the low line protecting that, but you get pushed up, you go to the outside, and then you get hung out to dry, and you got to get back down to the bottom, especially at this racetrack, I guess. The outside lane just isn't as fast at the bottom. So really, you want to make your passes on the bottom. You know, maybe use the bumper, massage the guy in front of you, move him up a little bit, get him a little bit out of position, and then give yourself that opportunity to go underneath him. And that's what these guys who have a lot more experience oval racing than me, that's what they did. They were able to work the low side, get underneath me, keep me up high. So I'd like to get these spots back. Of course, I'm fighting to stay up there. They're getting a little close to one another, and I'm thinking, you know, if they get side by side, it might give me the opportunity to go underneath. But as the laps are winding down here, it's not looking good. I'm still thrilled with my first oval experience. I had a great time. Everybody was actually really nice. You always hear these terrible things about the oval community all being at each other's throats, and I found it to be the opposite of that. Everybody was super chill, super nice, and of course mistakes happen on the racetrack, and then cars get damaged, and that makes people upset. Tempers fly. People can get angry, but everybody there was great. I explained to a lot of people that this was my very first time racing oval ever. Please give me room, be cautious. I don't really know what I'm doing out there yet, but I'm happy with the way that things went. I had a lot of fun. I had more fun than I thought I was going to. Car was set up well, and pretty happy with myself and the whole racing experience here at Star Speedway. So I encourage anybody to come out and try it. If you want to rent a car, contact Go Motorsports in Buxton, Maine. They can discuss that with you and get you into this whole Legends thing. Try it out. But thanks to everybody who made this happen. Of course, iRacing, I couldn't be here without them. And as well as I did tonight, I contribute that 100% to iRacing. I've never raced an oval in my life, and here I am competing in the front half of the pack immediately, and that's just because of all the laps that I have on iRacing. It's extremely similar to what you do on there. And Go Motorsports Shop for giving me a great setup. Call them for any of your Legends car needs, and my wife for putting up with me. So that was a really fun race, and we'll see you guys at the next one.